Welcome back. Today I want to complete lesson 3, which was about which lenses and cameras is suitable for you. I'm gonna talk about focal length and which lenses are suitable for which type of photography. You ready? Let's go for it. Here we go again. Today I wanted to show you this beautiful park near my house, so I decided to come here and record a new episode here. So let's get back to work. What is focal length? Focal length is the distance between lens and the image sensor when the lens is focused on infinity. What? What is this? Okay, let's say it in more simple language. It's just how wide your lens can see. For example, 18mm can see a wide range of scene. 140mm can see a narrower range of subjects. You can see how it works in this infographic.
Here you can see in an example how different is 24mm to 50mm or 135 to 200mm.
Wide angle lenses. For example, 18mm produces a wider angle of view, so it is more useful for landscape photography because you want to shoot everywhere. As you notice, it measured with millimeter, and as I said, you can use it for landscape photography, architectural photography, and some of wedding photographers also use it to show all aspects of the scene. Let's see some examples. These lenses are wide angle lenses. We have here a Nikkor 14 to 24mm aperture 2.8, which is also good for night photography because it has a wide aperture. And then Canon 16 to 35mm aperture 2.8 is also good for night photography. And the last one is Sigma 8 to 16mm. It is ultra wide lens and the aperture is 4.5 to 5.6. Normal focal length. It's a natural perspectives like what and how a human sees. They're around 35 to 85mm. Often portrait photographer or street photographer use them. The most popular one is 50mm because it is cheaper than others and it also gives you a high quality. The reason that it's cheaper than the others is it's more easy to produce it. Okay, let's see some of them. Here we have Canon 85mm, aperture 1.4. It is perfect for portrait photography. It gives you a very beautiful bokeh because of wide aperture. The second one is Sony 85mm. For Sony cameras, the aperture is 1.8 and is also perfect for portrait and street photography. And the last one is Sigma 15mm, aperture 1.4. You can take wider range with this lens and its aperture is also 1.4, which is also perfect for having a bokeh in the background. Blind focal length. For example, 200mm. It gives you a narrower angle of view and higher magnification for zooming. They use it when they want to zoom on a subject in distance. Allowing you to capture the distant subjects in greater details. Typically, photographers use them for wildlife photography and sport photography. But as usual, some Wedding photographers also use it. For example, 70 to 200 millimeters is very popular for photographers. And let's see some of them. This is Canon 100 to 400 millimeter. The aperture is 5.6 to 8. As you see, it can go to 400 millimeters, which you can zoom to a very long distance. For example, when you see a bird on the tree, you can capture it with this lens. Then we go to Sony 70 to 200, aperture 2.8. Wide range of photographers can use it, and they are using it. For example, as I mentioned, wedding photographers, wildlife photographers, and sport photographers using it. And the last one is Nikkor 200 to 500. I think you can take photos of moon with this lens. It gives you 500 millimeters. The aperture is fixed and it is 5.6. Now let's see which type of photographers should use which type of lens. Landscape and architecture photographers. As I mentioned before, they have to use wide-angle lenses because they have to capture a wide view of a subject, and the most popular one is 14mm, 16 to 35mm, and 24mm. Portrait photographers. Normally they use normal focal length to slightly zoom lenses. 35, 50, 85, and 105 are the most popular for portrait photographers. Street photographers, they have a wide range of subjects. The most popular for them is 35, 50, and 85 again. The fourth one is sports photographer. They're capturing a fast-moving subject, so they need a zoom lens, and a lens can autofocus very fast, and also the lens should have stabilization. Again, the most popular one is 72, 200, and 100 to 400 for sport photographers. Wildlife. It looks like sport photographers because also you have to capture fast-moving subjects and in a long distance. The most popular one is 400 and 500 millimeters. Macro photographers, capturing extreme close-ups, and the most popular focal length for them is 100 millimeters and 180 millimeters. Astro photography. It varies in use. For example, if you want to take a wide sky or just you want to take moon. And the focal length starts from 14 millimeters to 500 millimeters. And so wedding photography, which was my job, we used all the range of the focal lengths from 16 millimeter to 200 millimeters and so on. You can use all the focal length for wedding photography. But the most popular one is 24 to 70 millimeters and 70 to 200 millimeters. Now I'm using my 85 millimeters aperture 1.8. It gives me a high quality and a very pleasant bokeh that I like to have in my background. Travel photographers. It also includes a variety of subjects, and it's better to have a zoom lens to be able to capture everything that you see in your travel. The most popular one is 80 to 200 millimeters and 24 to 105 millimeters. Thank you for watching till end and for supporting me. As always, please subscribe to my channel to not lose my new videos, and you can ask your question in comments below here. And the next lesson is about composition. It's very important to be a better photographer, and if you have a good composition, take better pictures than others. So to not missing it, please subscribe here and don't forget to shoot, edit and repeat.